My name is Annette Miller, and I'm from Bullman and Weimar community. I work with Mimal landmen. It's important that we come to these forums to learn and understand the knowledge of how we can share and become united and work together. A couple of years ago, when they had a fire forum, I came up with an idea of having women coming in, and I spoke about women that have issues as well. We've got roles to play as women with fire, and not just men, because their sacred sites too are based on women's issues. We've managed with Mimal to try and get a lot of women working, so it's a big change to women's issue. As an elder working at home, looking at women growing and having a leader to lead these women along, and that has made a big change. And both men and women from the board, we were very supportive of each other to have women working and men working. And now we have women that run our fire forums out in our remote communities. So that's a big change. And they're leaders in the community. And they're able to do the same work as men can do. Now it's a time for us to make changes and get ourselves heard. I've saw a lot of changes, because I work with the women at Mimal, and I saw a lot of women that was very frightened of touching things. But since then, they began to grow and change. And the relationship between men, women, and the workers we have there has changed a lot. And what I like to see is women themselves have their own forums out there to bring back here. So, have that unity. We've got women that can do that. Teaching, learning, and listening is the most important thing for the women to do in order for them to change. It's good to see women grow from the grassroots level and then change into the mainstream. This will help women integrate the traditional way of looking at things and then the mainstream, put them together. And this will make women become stronger. And education is the key to all of this nowadays. Listening to this morning's sessions, the elders we gave our views. I was most happy to listen to people from different parts of the NT, but outside from the NT. And there were people from the Kimberleys, people from Queensland, top part of Queensland. I said to myself, this is huge with getting everyone together and sharing and caring. And one of the main things that I thought of was unity. If we become united as one voice, this will help gain the people coming together, sharing things like this happening. This will become a strong voice that will go towards the government policies and the government, which will help our Indigenous Fire Forum. It's good that we got young kids now wanting to take on our role and responsibility. It's up to them to make that change. Globally, it's learning, globally. It's happening. And the last thing I saw was the fire in America. And there they were talking about the wind, the change. And here we are, when I was talking about the calendar. In our calendar, we do have changes of weather pattern, and we call it in our language. And They are the sort of things that I think everyone should be aware of. People need to understand how wind works. What I'd like to see is the big word unity, where all the rangers from different parts come in and share their goals and work together towards the goals that's needed. We'll also share that knowledge to the outside world, and make them come in. It's like setting up a women's network, If we can do that, we can change things around. And when we say unity, is we speak as one voice of people that's gathered today will become strong